Hello, sports fans. This is Steven Hill for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special NBA breakdown. We have breaking NBA free agent news. The Houston Rockets have won the services of one Superman, aka Dwight Howard, in this free agency frenzy. A lot of people were buzzing about Golden State possibly being a place to go, possibly going back to the Lakers, possibly going to the Atlanta Hawks, or even the Dallas Mavericks. But the Houston Rockets have done it successfully, landing it with James Harden. Now the Houston Rockets are in a move right now to potentially go out and get Josh Smith as another big-name free agent to make a potential big three of James Harden, Dwight Howard, and Josh Smith, which will be amazing. This move is the best move, I think, besides going to Golden State, that he could have ever made. Going back to the Lakers would have been a monumental mistake because the Lakers are not great anymore. The Lakers are not the same Lakers from when Magic played, Kareem played, or even when Shaq and Kobe played. Kobe is a former shell of himself. He's not that same superstar that he used to be. Coming off this leg injury that he has, I don't consider Kobe to be an elite player anymore. Yes, he could score the basketball, but Kobe was a liability on defense, as we saw against OKC in past years, as we saw against certain teams in the West who had good shooting guards that could drive the basketball and penetrate, such as a lot of the younger players for the Lakers weren't talented. So you're looking at an old Lakers team who has injury problems with Steve Nash. Paul Gasol spent some time on the injury list, and you have to look at Kobe didn't give the reins to Dwight Howard as he should have. Dwight Howard coming to that team should have been the man, in my opinion. Even with Dwight Howard not being 100%, you also have to look at some of the things that he does well. He came back from back surgery early so he could potentially try to help the Lakers win a championship. I respect Dwight Howard a great deal. A lot of people are beating up Dwight Howard about this situation. I don't think that you can beat up Dwight Howard for any of those things. He didn't break a crime. He didn't break a rule. Didn't go kill someone. Didn't molest anyone or rape somebody. So get off his back. I think Dwight Howard, in a sense, is going to do major things in Houston. He will make a lot of people forget about his past, that last season in Orlando and the last season that he had in Los Angeles. Dwight Howard is the best center in the NBA when healthy. Let's face it. I know Roy Hibbert did his thing. Dwight Howard was the defensive player of the year so many times in a row that you forgot about other centers. For the longest, he was the only center in the NBA that really produced and played like a center. So him going to the Houston Rockets is an incredible deal. He has Kevin McHale, one of the greatest power forwards of all time, who will use him effectively and also teach him how to do certain things down there in Houston. The Houston Rockets instantly become title contenders with Dwight Howard on their team. Because James Harden, a lot of people talk about how he choked in the NBA Finals. That was one bad series. We've seen Kobe choke in the NBA Finals, Game 7 against the Celtics. We've seen other great players like LeBron choke against the Dallas Mavericks in the one series. NBA players have bad series. It's just a fact. No player is going to go out and have 100 points a night, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists. So a lot of people need to realize James Harden is a talent. Right now, James Harden is better than Kobe Bryant, healthy. And we've seen, even when they went against the Lakers, we saw exactly how, when James Harden was a part of the OKC Thunder, how he went against the Spurs, how he went against the Lakers, and took no nonsense from Kobe and really gave him some of his own medicine down his throat. So I'm looking for the Houston Rockets to not only be major title contenders next season, I'm looking for them to actually go after and get Josh Smith, because right now they could trade Omar Sheik, Jeremy Lin, put a couple of picks in there with that, and get those guys out of town to get Josh Smith. So right now, as is, or even if they get Josh Smith, this team is a title contending team. I think that this is monumental news. This has been breaking news update of Dwight Howard going to the Houston Rockets in free agency. You can check me out at JustMyPicks.com. You also can follow me on Twitter at JustMyPicksTV. You also can check me out on Instagram. You can also follow me on all these other things and all these other sites. But most importantly, please subscribe and comment. Check out my YouTube channel. Become a subscriber at YouTube /JustMyPicksTV. Thank you very much for subscribing, and please comment.